Hi everybody, I'm Rich Tillery, and right now we're coming to you live here on the Florida Aviation Network. I'm with the FAA Production Studios, and currently we're on the back of the Seaplane Pilot Association's veranda, porch, or you can call it a patio. But we're having a great time here at Sun and Fun. If you haven't had a chance to come on out, take a look. If you've never been here, come on out. You're going to love it. There's a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of stuff in the area that you can do. Even if you're not into aviation, there's a lot of other things that you can see. Guys, right now I've got a very special guest that I've done interviews with for a long time, and he and I go way back, and he's the big I guess you're the marketing guru for the Bahamas. This is Mr. Greg Rolle. Greg, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rich.
Again, tell us a little bit about, we're on camera one here, tell us a little bit about what's been happening since I talked to you last year.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the FAA and also Obi and yourself for allowing us to come to sit down here to have a conversation with you guys, to tell the pilots at Sun and Fun how easy it is to fly the aircraft to the islands of the Bahamas. You know, so that's what I'm all about. And then, Rick, I am the aviation specialist. If it goes right, they blame me. If it goes wrong, they blame you guys.
But you are the aviation specialist.
Yeah, I'm the aviation specialist. I'm the person, fellow pilots, how to make it easy for you to fly your aircraft to the Bahamas. And when I say fly your aircraft to the Bahamas, I don't mean you go to the Bahamas and then you wait in your aircraft almost 30, 40 minutes, wait for customs to clear you. You know, it's like go through customs, bam, and then you're on the beach with a Bahama mama, relaxing and enjoying the islands of the Bahamas. So that's what it's all about.
Now, the Bahama mama is not a girl, it's a drink, right?
No, it's a drink. Okay, wives, the Bahama mama is a drink. It's not a lady, and it's not no one going to be bombarding you and your kids and the dogs and everyone else. So you can have a good time on the islands of the Bahamas.
I think the biggest issue with going to the Bahamas actually is exactly what you said. Your job is to tell everybody just how easy it is to get there. I'm a pilot examiner, and a lot of times during the check rides that I conduct, I'll say, okay, let's say that I want to, you're going to be a private pilot this afternoon, and let's say you want to take your wife over to the Bahamas. You're going to be a private pilot. You want to go down this, and a lot of the guys will look at me and say, well, I don't think you can do that. I think you have to be instrument rated to fly to the Bahamas.
Absolutely not, Rick. One of the things, now, if you fly at night, fellow pilots, yeah, you need instrument rated, and that's because of your own safety. But Rick is absolutely correct. I mean, what a better thing to do to earn your wings. And tell your wife, say, honey, we tired of flying around in Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach and Miami. Let's go on over to the islands of the Bahamas. And you put some luggage in the plane, you fill it up, and then you get in the plane, you're flying over to the Bahamas. You don't need to fly very far, only 60 nautical miles away, and you're in the islands of the Bahamas, and you do not need to be IFR rated to do so.
That's right. So then you can go back and tell everybody, not only am I a private pilot, but I've also flown internationally.
Yeah, I'm a high-end pilot. I fly into the Bahamas, and and then when you see a passport stamped by the Bahamas government, you say, hey, I have proof to to show for it.
That's right. Now the one thing that they did in the Aeronautical Information Manual was to put an international flight plan in there to show people what it looks like and explain how to fill that out. But Greg, let me ask you a question. To me, it's just as easy that before that if you're going to take the trip down the coast of Florida or whatever, and and file to get through the ADAs and get over to the Bahamas, it's easier just to pick up the phone and and call flight service and let them walk you through the process.
Absolutely, and I tell fellow pilots that flying and filing an international flight plan, it's the same thing if you want to go, let's say, to Orlando, you fly IFR, and you'll need to file a flight plan. It's the same process. The only thing they will ask of you is to maybe your name and maybe some telephone numbers and so forth. But it's the same process. So if you have that filled out, what you do now, and then the briefer will ask you additional information. But if you have all that filled out, you're good to go.
Yeah. Now, when we're talking about additional information, I know that that whenever I was going, you know, my wife and I fly over, and but they never asked me if I've got any flotation gear.
Yeah, okay. One of the things that's required by law is all you need to do is to have life vests on board for each person on board. You don't need to have a life raft. I mean, that is optional. But if you feel safe, that your wife feel that, oh, honey, we have to have the life raft on board, then by all means do so. But you do not need to have a life raft. The life vest for each person on board is required by law. And those are the only things you need. And you need to have a pilot license and all the, the medical and all that stuff. But those are the things, to file a flight plan and then file an EAPIS program. That is mandated by U.S. Customs to get you in and out of the Bahamas. And they just want to make sure that they know exactly who is coming in and across the border. So those are the few things that are critical to fly outside the country back into the Bahamas.
Right. And a lot of people don't, and a lot of things people don't realize, especially when you're looking at the ease of getting over there and the safety of getting over there. I don't want to put the whole doom and gloom and say, here, I have a life vest. It's an unlikely event that anything's going to happen in a 60-mile trip. However, when you're up there, the scenery, flying over there and knowing, okay, I'm over water, so big deal. If you look down below you, there's a lot of boat traffic.
Absolutely.
So there's always somebody that's going to be below you all the time. There's there's just people going back and forth to the Bahamas by boat, and you're way above them, and you're going to beat them by like 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I just had the opportunity to, and in fact, it was a privilege to host the AOPA and its president and a couple of his elite and marketing team, and they were impressed by how it was. I was flying in the right seat in their caravan, and as we left Fort Lauderdale, flying to the Bahamas, and I said, Craig, one of the things you're going to see really, really early, you're going to see the clarity of the water. The color of the water is going to change. And then we flying, and he said, holy moly, Greg, you're absolutely right. The water changed, and then the color of the water changed. But then when you look around, you see all kind of boats. That's like Rich said, a lot of boats are all in the traffic area. So if God forbid that you have to go down, you could basically put it down safely, and then fish and touch one pick you up. I mean, the water is kind of really shallow if you go into the Bahamas, because you will see the water is kind of like light blue. So that means it's not that deep. And then and then boaters would all pass by and then pick you up and then bring you to shore.
Okay, Greg, I'm going to change gears just a little bit, and let's talk about your ambassador program. You still have that in effect? We talked about it last year. You started it.
Well, a couple of things we have on program, and I thank you, Rick, for bringing that up. Fellow pilots, what we have for you, just to make it increasingly easy for you to get information, we have 8 gateway FBOs along the coast of Florida, and these start from Orlando all the way down to Miami. And if you go into each one of these gateway FBO will walk you through all the procedural process that you'll need to fly your aircraft to the islands of the Bahamas. And to add to that, Rich, what they'll do, we have ambassadors. Now, what is an ambassador?
That's what I want to know.
An ambassador is a person. It's a really seasoned pilot who have been to the Bahamas numerous of times, but he lives, like, let's say he lives in Orlando,
right,
or he lives in Tampa, or he lives in Fort Myers, in Naples. And these are the guys these are the go-to person. So if someone, let's say in Fort Myers, wants to go to the Bahamas and can't get a hold of Greg Rolle or the Bahamas Tourism Office to say what I need to do, they could call like someone like Mark Steinberg or Terry Spurlock in Fort Myers or Naples, and they will walk them through just how to get through. And in fact, they will invite you to your home and then walk you through the process so you feel comfortable with them because you know them already. You know they live down the street right there, and they will be able to tell you and assist. And one thing, Rick, that these ambassadors they speak for the government of the Bahamas. So if they say this is what we could do for you,
right?
When you land in U.S. Bahamas Customs, and they said Mark Steinberg or Rick Gardner send me, they will be able to facilitate your request because of the recommendation.
Another thing that you guys had early on, and I thought it was a great tool because I used it. You used to have a DVD. Actually, I think it's on your website. It streams on the website, right? Which I want you to mention here later. But you guys used to have that on there. I haven't looked at it lately. but it was basically a procedure, a streaming video of how to go to the, or how easy it is to get to the Bahamas.
Well, a couple of things that we did. You know, our thing is like we want to have like basically flying to the Bahamas made easy. You know, and what we did, we look at from let's say from the grassroots approach. If a pilot just gets his license and he wants to fly to the Bahamas, what are the options available to him? So we said, now, first of all, he doesn't know nothing about the paperwork. He doesn't know nothing about the procedural process. And then all these government facilities, these government process that changes from day to day, you need to be on top of it. So we simplified the process. We made it incredibly easy for them to do so. So one of the things we did, we put a DVD, the step-by-step procedure of how to do it. We put a checklist in place. Now, in the past, like Rich said, we had DVDs. We didn't know technology is increasing every day. And I guess the DVDs went out with the dinosaur. So now people are now, you say, let's send me a link.
Give me an app.
Yeah, give me an app.
Give me an app for that.
Absolutely. And then, you know, you could have these, you could have a link and you could put on your iPad or your iPhone and then watch it right there while you sitting and having a coffee or something like that, and find out exactly what the procedural process is. And then they have it nowadays that if you just want to do, let's say, U.S. Custom procedure coming back in the United States, you could just click that section and then go directly to that phase. So yes, we are putting in place new mechanism to make it easy for them to do so, and also to have things in place where pilots have it increasingly easy for them to do so. And fellow pilots, let me tell you, if you still have some concerns about flying to the Bahamas, please visit our booth. We're on Hangar D, 65 and 66. And we'll sit down with you and we'll walk you through the process. I don't care if it takes me all day to do so, I will do it and I will help you. If you have the time for it, fellow pilot, I'm at your beck and call to make sure that you have the thing in place. But we're there for you. Just remember that.
You guys, I tell you what, I've never seen a country in my life go so overboard in trying to make it as easy for you guys as pilots to fly on over there. I mean, if you have, I've done it. It's a no-brainer. It really is. But let's talk a little bit about what you said earlier. Hey, look, you're 60 miles offshore after you leave Florida. 60 miles later, you're in the Bahamas. You're in the Bahama Islands, right?
Right. Yeah.
You make it sound like there's only one airport. How many airports? How many? What can these guys expect once they get over there?
Like I tell pilots, this is my speech to you. Okay, if you go to the Bahamas, and a lot of people say they go to Nassau and they go to Grand Bahama Island, and they see this big city, and they say, man, I just don't like it. It's just too busy. You know, I left for Lauderdale or New York, and it's busy. You know, all concrete all everywhere. I don't want to go somewhere relax. The Bahamas has 700 islands, and we have over 60 airports, over 23 ports of entry. So you need to fly around the different islands, and I guarantee fellow pilots, you're bound to find an island that you would like. And then once you find that island you like, visit it over and over and over again. And if you feel that something needs to be added in place, let me know. And if our government has the funds, we will definitely put that in place for you. But yeah, we have over 60 airports, 23 airports of entry, and we want you to visit them all. In fact, what we have in place the pilot challenge that Neil Glazer put together. And this pilot challenge, that's basically, you go and you visit at least 12 airports, and you could be able to win, you're eligible to win either 8 free nights, or maybe an iPad or an iPhone. So these things we could put in place for you. So come and visit us.
So you even make contests out of it.
Absolutely. And then, see, the thing is, we realize that if once pilots get to see it, they realize that, man, I didn't know this was here, you know. And then one of the things I want to make sure that we have in place, and we mentioned, and we're going to wind down here, and I thank you guys for having us here, the Bahamas here. Visit us on our website. It's bahamas.com/flying, FLYING. And please feel free to visit us anytime.
Yeah, I'm telling you, guys, if you do this, if you go there one time, if you do it once, you'll do it again. I swear you will, because the weather is perfect there almost all the time. It's not like, you know, you get in the western stuff coming off of here. It's down, you know, close enough to the tropic area that the weather stays nice
Right, and then also I can tell folks if you still feel a little apprehensive to doing it, we have a program called the Bahamas Fly-In, which I am one of the lead pilots. I will walk you through, and then once we do all the paperwork, then I will help you, show you how easy it is to fly with you, and I will be with you on that trip. So any problems that you encounter will be my problem. I will fix it. Again, visit our website. It's bahamas.com/flying, FLYING.
All right, Greg Rolle, I appreciate you being here. I really do. I mean, I'm looking forward to talking to you again. Hopefully, I mean, maybe I can be down there and be part of your fly-in sometime when I can get, find some time in my busy schedule.
But one of the things I want to thank you guys for helping us spread the word how easy it is to fly aircraft to the Bahamas. In fact, we need to invite you guys to come down and spoil you guys for a weekend. And the treats are on me. So come on, let's have a party in the Bahamas.
Holy cow! All my crew here is kind of sort of dumbfounded, but I have to talk to Obi and see what he says. He's our producer here, but Greg Rolle, I appreciate everything that you do, and I'm sure the Bahamas appreciates everything that you do. I think they're getting a real bang for their buck, getting you out here, getting you talking to everybody. And guys, he's not lying. It's easy. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm Rich Tillery. We're coming to you back on the veranda of the Seaplane Pilots Association. We've been talking to Greg Rolle. He's the basically the organizer and/or the guy for the Bahamas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you changed your title?
No, it's still the same.
But guys, if you haven't come out here to Sun and Fun, go see his booth number.
D65 and 66.
D65 and 66. Great.
Love to have you.
And watch us again on the Florida Aviation Network. We're streaming all over the place. I'm Rich Tillery, FA Production Studios. Guys, we'll see you later.
Thank you.